adventures of Luke Skywalker. And his growth to its conclusion in the last film, where he is a Jedi Master. And as he becomes more complex, more mature, all of his relationships naturally grow as well. But it's really the story of Luke Skywalker.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was Ford's picture, and it marked the 6th time he and George Lucas worked together.
George is still the source of some of my best opportunities. I'm grateful to him. Always will be. The character of Indiana Jones is a great gift to any actor to play that kind of part. George is very smart about movies. He knows how movies work.
Ford admits he isn't always smart about movies. Some of his choices have failed. A 1979 love story called Hanover Street, and last year's science fiction film, Blade Runner.
I've almost always done films with the best of intentions, hoping that it would be successful, feeling that it would be successful, that the part that I play in it would work. And I blew it a couple times. I made wrong choices. Bound to, though. It doesn't really, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
It doesn't bother him because he's now operating from a position of strength, mainly on the brawn of Raiders, a movie that's brought him an even higher recognition factor than Star Wars.
Kids are actually less likely to see a person who in other circumstances and make a connection between a screen character and that person. Adults observe the conditional things which make them think maybe this is the movie actor, and yeah, that's him. You know, they have more experience. Kids tend to fixate on one or two things, and if you're not wearing the Indiana Jones outfit, they don't. You know, their parents bring them up and say, my son saw you sitting there, and I wonder if you just, you know, could you sign an autograph for it? And the kid comes up and he says, that's not him. I said, no, really, it's me. That's not him. You got to prove it to them, you know, because you don't look like him. You don't act like him.
Am I correct that the first film was a small role in Dead Heat on the Merry-Go-Round?
Yeah. Played a bellboy. Mr. Jones paging Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones paging Mr. Jones. That's half the dialogue.
Bob Ellis? Robert Ellis, room 72.
No, sir. Charles Ellis, room 607.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
The executive in charge of new talent at Columbia Pictures was less than impressed.
Called me into his office and he said, I want to tell you a story, kid. Kid, he always called me kid. He was about 15 minutes older than I was. But he always called me kid. He said, first time Tony Curtis was ever in a movie, and I don't even know if this is true. This is his story. I never believed anything else he said, but it's the first time Tony Curtis was ever in a movie, he delivered a bag of groceries. A bag of groceries, kid. And you took one look at that guy and you knew that was a movie star. I said, well, I thought that was supposed to be a delivery boy. He said, no, no, no. Go back, learn, study, be an actor. That guy and I we had the final harsh words on parting from Columbia Pictures.
He was telling you
time out
like
of
a
his
bellhop?
Yes, he was telling me I acted like a bellhop instead of like a movie star.
Where's that man today?
Jerry, can we have some more coffee?
For today, Jim Brown, NBC News, Hollywood.